And back on the lines, we take your calls. Good morning. Who are we speaking to?
Hi, you're speaking to Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much for your call. What is your question?
The question is, I've been feeling very funny, like I will pass out. And I went to the clinic on yesterday.
Yes.
And they told me that my blood pressure is very low. And second thing, I have a cyst on my thyroid. Is there anything that the doctor can suggest in terms of eating? Because my eating habits are not so good, though.
Okay, all right. What do you have to say about
She
that?
mentioned low blood pressure, I think, and what kind of foods she could eat to help that problem. Low blood pressure can be caused by many things. One of the first things you need to do is look at your hydration status. Do you drink enough water? What's your blood volume like? Because the pressure in the hose pipe is only dependent on the amount of water in the hose pipe. And that's what she needs to understand. Often, if that's been corrected and she is well hydrated, she might want to look at upping it in terms of a salt content. So I always say salt and vinegar crisps, maybe if you're really feeling a bit low, just to see what that does, and that might make a big difference. And then, of course, if it persists, even despite looking at your diet and implementing things like your hydration status, then obviously you'd want to look at the effects of other hormones, because there are hormonal chemicals that are assisting with the balance of electrolytes, the sodium channels, the potassium channels, and blood pressure is controlled quite complexly by the brain, the kidneys, and obviously the reaction to these chemicals. So it's called the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. And that controls basically the diameter of the blood vessels. So when they dilate, your blood pressure falls. When they constrict, your blood pressure picks up. So we do have different medical conditions that are associated with having a poor response to dilation or constriction. Also the kidneys in terms of their effect on blood pressure. And then she'll need a few more tests.
So regulating your salt content and your hydration level. We were speaking about something very interesting. My mother's diabetic, so I wanted to know the relation of superfood intake into one's body if you are diabetic.
For sure. So if we are, and I certainly am, promoting a variety of fruits and vegetables, different colors on your plate and so forth, we need to understand that in diabetics, they have to watch the amount of fructose they ingest. Fructose is not like sucrose that you put in your tea or coffee, that is a refined sugar. Fructose is fruit sugar. But even that, too much fructose in your diet, having more than 2 fruit a day, for example, for a diabetic, can also, or the wrong fruit, for example. A simple example is a glass of apple juice. And 1 glass, 250 mils of apple juice, contains the equivalent of about 20 apples.
Wow.
In terms of its fructose content, and that's what people don't know.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. So much to learn, and we always do appreciate being able to tap into your extensive knowledge. Thank you very much, Dr. Darren Green. We'll do it again next week, shall we?
Sure.
Thank you very, very much, and we hope that was insightful to you as well. But stay tuned. There's still lots more to come on this morning's edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show.